Alright, so, yeah, you see it on the screen. We're playing Geometry Dash. Actually, I'm sorry, Geometry Dash. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but, let's get one thing straight. I haven't made a Geometry Dash video in God knows how long, but I think I'm gonna return back to the Geometry Dash content. So yes, it is me, BeepDash, and that is probably going to stick for a while, but in this video, what I'm simply going to show you is, as you can see, some beginner demons. Now, I have made a video similar to this a while back where I showcased the 3 easiest demons in my opinion, but there's 2 extra demons, which, of course, I won't be beating them in this video because that would take a long time. But I will be showing you just a general overall structure of the levels and some tips for you so you can beat the levels much quicker. If you want to find this list, my username is BeepDash, and you can go to my list. I only have one. It is Beginner Demons. So, let's begin with the first level, which is the Nightmare by Jax. And this is the most popular level, I think, by far, because it is, well, I mean, the most popular demon by far, because it is the most played, as it is, simply the easiest demon. So, let's begin with the beginning part. As you can see, I just died. However, as you can see, it's just a bunch of ballage. That's all it is. I don't know what that even means, ballage, but I wouldn't have to practice this part if I were a beginner. What I would have to practice is later on, which we'll get to that in a bit. But as you can see, the level is rather simple. I mean, it is no harder than what you would say like a modern day, a harder level. So like 5-star level, 6-star level, a 6-7-star level. No, I'm kidding. But as you can see, the level has good. Now this is the part you should practice because it's a little tricky, but all it really is just going up and down. And at that part, you see there's a spike that can trip you up a little bit. So overall, I would say this is a level that is good for beginners because it gets you into the gist of demon levels as you're introduced with, obstacles that are very tricky to most new players. Now, of course, if this was back in the day, this would have been like pretty hard. But I mean, things have changed. And what makes this so demon-like? Well, I don't really know, honestly. I mean, I guess it's just the overall structure of the level. There are some tricky parts, like right here. If you do consider that tricky, that is. But, yeah, like this part right here, I'd say is pretty tricky. So I'd say it's deserving of the easiest demon. Because it really is the easiest demon. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's an insane level because, I mean, I get it. Some insane levels are easier than others, but there needs to be an entryway, a gateway into, demons. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that a level like the Nightmare is considered a demon level. Because it's not meant to be, like, incredibly, difficult for a demon level, but it's meant to be easy. So there you go. That's the overall level if you wanted to see it. And now we'll be moving on to the next level. So the next level on this demon list is going to be the Lightning Road. Now, the Lightning Road was my second demon, I believe. But I remember this being like the easiest demon in my opinion. And the reason why that is for a multitude of reasons. I don't remember what I was doing back in the day, so you'll have to forgive me because I don't really know what I was doing back in the day. But the important thing is that I've moved on past that. So let me show you the Lightning Road and just stop talking. So the one thing you'll notice is the beginning is significantly easier than that of the nightmares, at least to some people, because all this is just jumping and orbs. Now, I honestly think this is a little more simple than a nightmare. Some people might disagree with me, but that's just in my opinion. I mean, there's really not that much effort that needs to be put into this level in general. Because all this level really is just jumping, and that's all it really is. But one thing I will say though, it does get a little tricky at times. Like there, you need to time that perfectly. Well, I wouldn't say perfectly, but you know, it's not just click and then you're done. But as you can see, overall, this level is seriously no harder than like your, you know, modern day daily level or something like that. It's really okay, and I just died, but as you can see, it is a very easy level that does not require you know, much effort at all. So, you know, that's just one thing I will say about that level. So, moving on to the next level, which I will show you in a bit here. So this next level is called Speed Racer, and this level is a little more tricky, I will admit, but it's still easy, and I'd say if you go in this progression, which you don't have to go in this order, you can play any easy demon afterwards, but the reason why I recommend this is because it's a step up from the other two. There are other easier demons in this, but you want to move on from difficulty-wise. You don't want to stay on like really easy demons. So this level, I'd say, is a decently easy demon, and I'll show you it. So as you can see, it's, you know, very rhythmically based with a lot of the orbs. And yeah, so there are some tight parts like right here, and some things could be confusing and fast, but that's the joy of it all, because it gets you into the overall feel of harder demons. As you go on, demons will get harder. You won't be stuck in La La Land forever. You'll eventually have to acclimate yourself to harder demons, and demons like these, well, they're helpful. Okay, I just died, but I do not feel like beating this demon in one video because I don't remember a lot of it. But what I will say is, if you can beat the Nightmare, if you can beat the Lightning Road, you can 100% beat this level. Now, the level after this, which I put in the list, is definitely easier than this, but I only put it after because it's just like, the other two were earlier versions of the game. This one's like 1.9, I think, and the one after is a 2.0 level, I believe. So I guess it's just by version, that's what I went with, not necessarily by difficulty. Although the next level is significantly easier. However, as you can see, this level is pretty easy for an easy demon. Which that doesn't make any sense. In all honesty, I would say this sits in the median between harder easy demons and easier demons. So I'll move on to the next level now. This next level is called Platinum Adventure, and it honestly is a good level. It's very easy, and for some reason it doesn't have user coins. But I will show you the level now. Not only is it a good level, like decoration wise, but it's also easy. I really like the decoration to this level. I think it's simple and the song goes well with it. So, oh, excuse me there. The only thing I'll say about this level is, I just died for some reason. The only thing I'll say about this level is it does require a bit of practice on certain parts, because there are some, like, I wouldn't say troll bits, but like they're trick ups, you know, like it makes it look like you're supposed to go this way, but you're not supposed to. I guess you could call it a trap. This wave part could be a little difficult, but I think it's still pretty easy. I've seen harder wave parts on like map pack levels, so this part right here is a little tricky. It requires a little bit of memorization, but overall, it's still not that hard. This robot part is also very easy. And with the ship part, you'll notice it's fairly easy. I mean, it's not hard, but I wouldn't say it's the easiest thing in the world. And this upcoming... Oh, I spoke too soon, I suppose. So what I was saying earlier before I died here was the upcoming cube part is a little tricky, I will admit. Because there are some trip-ups, I guess you could say. But overall, this is such an easy level that it's like I don't really see it being an issue. Like that right there, which I did that, well, semi on purpose, but also because I forgot. But that is a good example of some of the trip-ups in this level. Now, there is one at the end, but again, I don't want to take up too much time. That is just overall what you should expect out of Platinum Adventure. So we'll be moving on. We will be moving on to the final level, which is probably a little more tricky, but you'll see. The final level on this list is called Is. I assume that's how you pronounce it. And it's just a 2.1 level that, honestly, like, if I were to give this level a rating... Hold on, this is, like, really loud for some reason. I would say, like, Easy Demon is fair enough. But I have played some Gauntlet levels that are, like, a little more tricky, and they were, like, 7-star, you know, like, harder levels. So, one big thing about this level is it does have buffer clicks, which, if you don't know what a buffer click is, it basically means that you, I guess, click before an orb and hold, I guess, and it renders that click before you get to the orb, but it does it, so I guess you do it early as possible. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I assume it is. This wave part is tricky, I'll admit. It's pretty tight, and you know, the decoration doesn't really make it any better. I mean, by all means, the decoration is beautiful and it's good. And this ship part is easy, but the UFO part that succeeds it is also a little tricky. I mean, I don't know what I did there, but alright. So this was my 5 demons that I think were very easy, and if you disagree with it, fine. I don't care. But I do hope overall that you thought this was useful, and hopefully you'll be able to beat your first few demons. Or if you already beat 5 demons or more, but these 5 demons you haven't already beat, then there you go, you got some extra demons to beat. I will be making more Geometry Dash content in the future, like playing some recent levels or whatnot. But I figured I'd just start up again with just a simple video that showcases some easy demons that I'm sure people will find useful. So, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more of it, well, by all means, please do subscribe and like. But nobody's forcing you. I mean, something bad might happen if you don't, but don't tell anyone I said that. Anyways, so yes, I will see you guys in the next video that I do make.